Well, the question may have been answered because it looks like we now know when X-Men 97 is going to be released. Let's take a couple minutes to break down the report, talk about the date, and where this information is actually coming from. This X-Men news is pretty exciting, but before we dive into it all, I wanted to give a shout out to our favorite podcast, Who Would Win? Who Would Win is a geek and comedy podcast that debates battles between superheroes and villains from the worlds of comics, sci-fi, and fantasy. These guys have a great educated take, and there is a really good reason this is my favorite podcast. Make sure you check it out. Now, back to the X-Men. Well, I think for many of us, the biggest question surrounding X-Men 97 is, when will we see the show? And it looks like that may have finally been answered. Many of us have been anticipating an October release because initially Marvel Studios and Disney Plus made it pretty clear it was coming in 2023, but now we've been hit with all these delays and everything is getting moved around. Now, earlier today, we got a very interesting report from the Scarlet Witch updates over on Twitter. And although they're typically focused on Wanda and Agatha Coven of Chaos, they did get some pretty interesting information, which is apparently from the US Copyright Office, giving it more than a little bit of validity. Now, what they discovered is that the date of publication for this project, an approximate date, will indeed be January 3rd, 2024. So, although it does appear the project is going to miss its 2023 release window, it will indeed be coming at us early next year. Now, it did give us some other interesting information, including the creation of the project, which started in February of 2022, the approximate completion date of work, which was May of 2023, and of course the authorship of application, which is MBL Film Financing LLC, which is obviously Marvel. Now, I have to say, this is an approximate date, and not official as of yet from Marvel Studios, so I do suspect there's a high possibility this could get shuffled around a little bit in the next couple of weeks. Now, this is one of Marvel's most highly anticipated projects, and I do imagine Marvel is going to make huge fanfare out of the release date, which, if I'm guessing, is going to become official at San Diego Comic-Con. Additionally, we were all wondering why Echo was releasing all at the same time, anticipating another series coming in early January, and it appears X-Men 97 will indeed be that series. Obviously, only information from Marvel or Kevin Feige is official, but this is coming from the US Copyright Office, does have a little more validity than normal, and is something we should at least mark our calendars for and be ready. If it turns out to be true, we're gonna have to wait and see.